Hi everyone. So I continue on the lesson. So now we are going to continue on stoichiometry and chemical conversions. And so again, I emphasize we work on just math parts, So we work on conversions and those things that we can do with math. So I'm not really teaching you chemistry. So your other teachers, they do much best job, and I am sure many of you know more than me here. So if you see something I need to change, I need to emphasize more. If I have to, for example, if you see I say something wrong, you can email me and let me know. I appreciate. So here we want to, so you see periodic table. So you maybe you know periodic table by heart. So you really work with them. So again I say, so with many of these topics you know much more than me. Okay, so how do we measure the amount of chemicals? So the amount of chemicals, so it depends. So we measure with like maybe number of atoms or number of molecules or how many milliliter or how many gram, depends on the thing, or how many centimeter cube, for example, which is another unit for volume. Okay, so here as you can see, as for example, you can just see the periodic table, you see numbers. So for example, just for example here you see this, which is for hydrogen. So you can say this is atomic number. Atomic number is 1, and the symbol, so you can see, so you have atomic number. So here, these numbers that you see you have 1 here, and then you have 2 here, and then 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 7 8. So you see all these numbers. Okay, so the atomic number is number 1, and the symbol of hydrogen is H. So that's you have all the symbols in each part for each for each thing in the periodic table. And then what is the mass? What is the mass? You see the number you see on there. So you look at this, the number you see here, for example this one, 1.008, is the molar mass here. So the molar mass of this here. But what does molar mass mean, and what does mole mean, and all of those things? So we want to just talk about them. So periodic table. Okay, so now again I just again I start with dozen. Okay, so for example, if you have a dozen egg, how many egg you have? So yes, 1 dozen is 12. Yes, so I have 12 eggs. Yes, I know. But then it says what do you buy at the store if you want 48 eggs? Means how many dozen? Okay, so the question is not clear. So we have to say how many dozen. Okay, so I have to make it clear. You have to know you are going from number to dozen and what to do here. So so you do number of eggs, and you have so you have number of eggs up. So you want to cancel, you write it down, you write 1 dozen up, and then cancel. So you can cancel, so where is my pen? So here I can cancel this and this, and then what is left is dozen and 12 and this, and then I have 4 dozen. Okay, so nice. So then I say, if you have a mole of eggs, how many eggs do you have? And you say, okay, what do you mean by mole? Okay, so I would say 1 mole is, I can tell you 1 mole is 6.022 multiple 10 power 23. And then you ask, how do I have this number? Okay, so if I have 1 mole this, so I can say, okay, 1 mole of eggs, so I have 1 mole of eggs multiple, okay, so 1 mole is 6.022 multiple 10 power 23. Okay, so and then you have this and this cancel. So you have 6.022 multiple 10 power 23 eggs, which is a very large number. Okay, so then you would ask, how do I have this number? Okay, so I would say this number is Avogadro number. Okay, so Avogadro number, again, you know much more than me. So see, there are 3 isotopes of carbon. And what's the reason I talk about carbon? Because carbon is in just in most things on earth, they have carbons. Okay, so carbon is everywhere. So the percentage on Earth is this. Okay, that's a high percentage. So in most living things, okay, on the Earth, so they have this many percentage of carbon 12. So we have three isotopes. What does isotope mean? So isotopes are three forms. I have three forms of carbon, so which they have the same number of protons, but they have different number of neutrons. Okay, so carbon 12, carbon 13, and carbon 14, they have the same number of protons and they have different number of neutrons. Okay, so carbon 12 is the most and just the biggest number percentage in on living things on Earth. Okay, so I can consider this. Okay, carbon 12 is used as a standard thing because it's everywhere. So I can use it just to find, for example, I can find it. I can find a unique number that we all know it and we all use it. Okay, so carbon 12 is everywhere, so I use it. Because to make it easier, so I say I use 12 gram, because then I remember 12 gram of carbon 12 I use. Okay, and then I would say 12 gram of carbon 12 which I have, I count how many atoms I have there. So they did how many atoms they have there. Because if I want to say what is the mass of one atom, that's very small and you cannot work with that number. So you use carbon 12 because it's everywhere, and that's 98% 0.93, so almost 99% on so all the living things on Earth. So you can use carbon 12. In order to make it easier, they use 12 gram and they counted how many atoms they have, and they came to this number. And then they call this number 6.022 multiplied 10 power 23 1 mole. Okay, so what is 1 mole? 1 mole is amount of substance that contains as many particles. So usually atoms, for example. Okay, so if I say 1 mole of atom, so 1 mole of something, so it's this many atoms. And if I say 1 mole of, for example, water, this means this number of molecule of water, because water is a molecule. It's combination of some atoms. Okay, so usually atoms or molecules. So usually this means 1 mole means this number atoms or this number molecules. Okay, so 1 mole. So you have to remember when I talk about mole, and mole is not molecule. No. 1 mole is, for example, 1 mole of water is this number water. Okay, this number molecules of water. Or 1 mole of, for example, hydrogen means this number atom of hydrogen. Okay, and then I would say, okay, this 1 mole, which means this many atoms, has this mass, which I showed you 1.008. Okay, 008 gram, which is I think it is the lightest atom on periodic table. Okay, this is just what I recall from many years ago when I was a student. And also I asked one of your teachers to help me here. So here we focus on math, as I said. So how many molecules of water are there in this many mole? Okay, so okay, I want to go from 1.24 mole to number of molecule. Okay, I want to cancel mole and I want to bring molecule. So I have to remember here mole of water has 6.022 multiple 10 power 23 of molecules. Okay, so here molecules. Okay, here. Okay, so now I can cancel mole of mole, and then what is left? This is left. Okay, this one and this one. So you can multiply and you can say, okay, that number is 499,833,9,422 mole. Okay, so for example, you can say that's almost 5 point. What else? So let me see. I have 3 significant digits, so it's 3 significant digit, and that because there 12 grams involved, so 12 gram is involved. So and they counted number of atoms. So let me think about significant digits and those things. So I guess okay, here I guess here I can consider, yes, I can consider just 1.24 mole, which has three significant digits, and then just round to three significant digits. So I can underline that, I can check that. So the answer is 5.00 mole of water. Okay, so oh, sorry, it says how many molecules. Okay, so it is molecules. Okay, molecules is left, right? Yeah. Okay, so now you go here, how many moles of water are there in this many number of molecules? So here you want to go, from so that's different. Here you want to go from number of molecules to number of moles. Okay, see, I use the same thing, I use the same number but in different way. So here is 3.01 multiple 10 power 24 multiple, oh sorry, this is molecules. Okay, multiple 6.022 multiple 10 power 23 molecules, 1 mole, right? 1 mole of water. Okay, so now I can cancel this and this, and what is left, I have 1 mole and this number and this number, and now I can simplify. Okay, so I can simplify here and I can tell you, let me see, here. Okay, so here, let me see here. Okay, so let me calculate. So 3.01 divided by 6.022, so that's yes, that's 4.99. So I think I made mistake for the other one. 4 point, so this, and then I can underline that, I can check that it is almost 5.00 mole. Okay, so yes, a mole of water. Okay, and I can fix that one. I think I made a mistake. So here it must be, let me see, yeah, here it must be 1.24 multiple 6.022. Yes, so it is 7.46728 multiple 10 power 23 molecules. Okay, and then I can say, okay, so I underline that, check that it is 7.47 multiple 10 power 23 of molecules of water. Okay, yeah, perfect. So I have to use approximately here, right? Okay, so perfect. So then I have this, let me see, I have this one. Yes, so let me check. Okay, so yes, I'm fine here. Okay, so yes, I think I um, just wanted to make it just faster, and then all of a sudden I made a mistake because then I used the other answer here. Okay, so here molar mass. So molar mass is the mass or in gram of 1 mole of a substance. Okay, so when you see a number, so in periodic table, you see a number, that's number of atom, you see a symbol, which is the symbol for the atom. So hydrogen H, for example, carbon C, and for example, aluminum Al, and many of them that you know, and I really don't remember. Okay, so you can use them, and the number you see on there is molar mass, so means gram per mole, and gram per mole is that big number of atom. Okay, so you can just keep this in your mind, and then you can just use these things. Okay, so what is the molar mass of calcium? Molar mass of calcium, check the periodic table. The periodic table for calcium is, let me find calcium, so you know much more than me. Yes, calcium is here, so 40.078 gram per mole. And how about carbon? Carbon is 12.01. Carbon is 12.01 gram per mole. And how do I find it? So it's here. Okay, sorry, it's here, right? So crazy when it doesn't work. Okay, so yes, so I can go here and check. So this one is here, and this one is here. Yes. And then, okay, so here, the oxygen in your body, so the oxygen that you use in your body is O2, okay? So means two oxygen, okay? So means two oxygen atoms just bond together, okay? So here, so yes, you see O, that's atom, but the oxygen that our body needs is O2. Okay, so what is the chemical formula? So these things you know much more than me, so I don't explain here. But I say how many atoms you have in 1 mole of O2. Okay, so I want to go from 1 mole of O2 to number of atoms. Okay, so from 1 mole of O2, I have to first go to how many mole of O. Okay, so 1 mole of O2, 2 mole of O. Okay, multiple. 1 mole of O, 6.022 multiple 10 power 23 O, atom of O. Okay, so atom of O here. So yes, atom of O. Atoms of O. So now I can cancel. So I can cancel mole of O2, O2. I can cancel mole of O, and I can see, okay, atom of O is left, and this is what I want. So here and here and here and here. So means multiple 2, that number multiple 2, which is 1.2044 multiple 10 power 24 atoms of O. Okay, so remember, it says how many atoms of O in 1 mole of O2. O2 is what we need for our body. Okay, so first I go from 1 mole of O2 to how many mole of O, and then from how many mole of O, which is 2, I go to how many atom. Okay, so this number will be double. Okay, so now here, what is molar mass of O2? What is molar mass of O2? I have to add them because I have 2O. So I multiply 2 with 15.999, which is the molar mass of O, which I use from periodic table. Okay, so I have this number. So here it says how many moles, so how many gram, so sorry, how many mole of oxygen are in this? That's a very good question. See, I want to go from this to this. Okay, so I have 9.20 mole of H2SO4 multiple. Okay, it says how many mole. Okay, 1 H2SO4, how many mole of O I have? So 4O. How do I know? Because I see 4 beside O. Okay, so 4 mole of O. Oh, perfect. So am I done? Yes, because it says how many mole of O. So it's equal. So then I can cancel. So I can write 1 mole just to be just more correct here and everything. So mole and mole cancel, and the answer is, let me see, for 36.80. Am I right here? Yes. So mole of O here. Okay, so that's that. And the other one, so it says what is molar mass of water? So molar mass of water, so I told you the number you see in periodic table is mole of mass for each, and then you have to add them all. How many hydrogen you have? 2. How many oxygen you have? 1. So you double one of them and you add the other one, and at the end you have the number of gram per mole for water. Okay, so it depends. And maybe for one question, for example, maybe when you see the question, they show you 18.0 and they just use 3 significant digit. Maybe they use 4 significant digit. Maybe they use more because they are all approximate. Okay, so you have to just follow the question. Okay, so here, so what is the molar mass of calcium chloride? Calcium chloride, it has 1 calcium, 2 chloride. So I have to use 1 calcium, 2 chloride. I can use the periodic table. The number are given to me here in red. So I wanted to make it easier for you. I don't want you to go up and down to just check the table. So you can use them. And in the quiz or test, of course, I don't want you to memorize them. I'm going to give it to you. Okay, so you can use that. Also, what is molar mass of calcium phosphate? Okay, so calcium phosphate, it has A, 3 of them, and how many P, 2 of them, and how many O, 8 of them, because I have O, 4 and then 2. Okay, so then I can add them all and I can find the answer here. Let me see. So here, do I have the answer here? Yes. So yes, that's correct, and that's that. And now I can find this answer. Okay, so now I can add them here. I have all the numbers are given to me, so I can use this. Okay, so for example, that's that. Oops. So that's so 1 second. Okay, so it's for all of a sudden it wasn't working, so now it's working. So let me see. Okay. Okay, so 18, and then I can say it's this gram per mole. Okay, so gram per mole here. Okay, so that's here. So here, so I can say 1 mole, 1 mole, 1 mole Ca 3PO42 is, oh yes, it's 310 this, right? Yeah. Okay, so now you can do this practice. So homework. Okay, how about glucose? How about ethanol? How about acetic acid? And maybe if I say acetic acid, you know what is the formula. That's very good. So you have a lot of information. So you just have to add them all. So you just have to say, okay, here I have 6C. How do I know the molar mass of C? I use the table. 6C plus 12H plus 6O. I find the numbers on the table under each symbol, and then I add them all, and I can find the answer. Okay, here the answer is 180.2 gram per mole. Okay, and you can continue and to do all of them here. So far we just talked about mole. We just talked about mole, that we can go from mole to how many atoms. We can go from 1 mole to how many molecules, and then we can talk about molar mass, and we can find the molar mass of for each molecules. And now you can see here, we talked about whatever we did, so it can be summarized in this table. See, if I give you mole, you can go from mole to number of molecules and atoms using Avogadro number. If I give you mole, you can go to molar mass. How? Using the table to see how many grams. You can add them all, how many number you have, how many O you have, how many H you have. You can multiply and add them all, and total number will be the molar mass. Okay, so from mole you can go to gram because of the mass, and you can go to also molecules and number of atoms using the Avogadro, just the Avogadro number, and find the answer. Okay, so here I can finish here, and then I can continue in the next video to do more practice. So this is here, and I can finish here, and then I continue to do practice on all of these things. Thank you so much. Bye.